Hi friends, my name is Shivam and today we are going to discuss another data structures problem. Today we'll take a problem from linked list. So this is very common problem and interviewers tend to ask this again and again in the interviews because in 80% of the cases the candidate is able to solve the problem but he does not know why his solution is working and how his solution is working. So even if you write the working code, even if you write perfect code and you don't know how your solution is working, then that's of no use. So that's why interviewers keep on asking this question again and again to test if the candidate actually knows the solution and know how the solution was derived and how is it is working. So the question we are going to discuss is, so given a linked list, we need to find if the linked list contains any loop, and if the linked list contains any loop, we need to remove the loop and print the first node of the loop. After hearing a question, do you guys have any question like anything about the input set or any sort of question? So you may this is the right time to ask the interviewer if you have any question. So I have a question in my mind, and if had I been in your place, I would have asked like, is it allowed to change the structure of the linked list? So if in case the interviewer allows me to change the structure of the linked list, then the solution which comes to my mind is like, if I am allowed to change the structure, so what I can do is I can add a new flag variable to the structure of the linked list, and then I can just traverse the linked list and keep on marking the flag to true. So at any point, if I get a node which has already been marked as true, that means I am traversing this node again, which means there is a loop. So I can very well return that the linked list contains a loop. So this is the first solution, but it requires a modification in the structure of linked list. But in real life applications, like, this is not possible. You can't change the structure of the linked list because the data is coming from some other surveys, and so the chances are high that interviewer will not allow you to change the structure of the linked list. And also, if you change that structure of the linked list, that adds extra space. So basically all the nodes will have extra variable, and that adds to the space. So next, using the same pattern of the solution we discussed, what else we can do? So what else we can do? So basically we can use a hash set to store the nodes of the linked list. So while traversing the linked list, what we can do is we can insert the nodes in the linked list, keep on inserting the nodes in the linked list, and at every point we just see if the node we are on is it already present in the hash set or not. So basically hash set can return, we can fetch and insert in hash set in constant time, so that's O of 1. So I keep on inserting my nodes in the hash set, and at the same time before inserting the current node, I check if the current node is already present in the hash set or not. So if the current node is already present, then I know that this node has already been visited, which means there is a loop. So this is another method to find the loop in the hash set, in the linked list using the hash set. But this also like adds the space. So the space complexity will be O of n, where n is the size of the linked list. So as the size of linked list grow, our extra space will grow. So this is also something we should avoid. So we should not add space proportional to the size of linked list, so that will add a lot of space. So what we can do to solve this problem without adding too much of space? So now let's use the loop property of the linked list and try to solve the problem. So for example, let's say this is my linked list which has a loop. Okay, so and I take two pointers. First pointer I call it slow, and the other pointer I call it fast. And what I do is basically I move the first pointer by one node, and I move the fast pointer by two nodes. So like, I'll explain you in depth like why I'm moving the slow pointer by one and fast pointer by two. So keep on watching and stay tuned. So at every traversal, at every step, I move the slow node by one pointer and the fast node by two pointer. Again I move slow by one and fast pointer by two pointer. So using this approach, like moving slow pointer by one node and fast pointer by two nodes, I'm sure that the first node to enter the loop will be fast node, because fast node is moving faster than slow node. So my fast node will enter the loop first, and then slowly after some time my slow node will also enter the loop. So when the slow node enter the loop, let's see what happens. So for example, my slow node enters the loop here, and my slow node is here and the fast node is here. So let's say the distance between these the slow node and fast node when the slow node enters the loop is k. So and we know like slow node is moving by one node and fast node is moving by two nodes. So at each time the difference between the distance is increasing by 1. So the next time after one more traversal the distance will become k plus 1, and next it will become k plus 2, next it will become k plus 3 and so on. And there will be a time when the distance will become n. What is n? N is basically the size of this loop. So since we are increasing the distance by 1, so after some time the distance will become n. And what does this means? The distance of n, so distance becomes n means that this point is at n distance from itself. So which means the slow pointer and fast pointer are at the same node. So using this property we can see like if our linked list has a loop or not. So what we'll do, we'll have two pointers. First pointer we call the slow pointer and the other pointer we call as fast pointer, and move the slow pointer by one node and move the fast pointer by two nodes. So if at any point both the slow and fast pointer are at the same node, that means there is a loop in the linked list. And if the fast pointer becomes null, which means the fast pointer has reached the end of the linked list, then that means there is no loop in the linked list. So now I want to ask, like I said we'll move the fast pointer by two nodes and slow pointer by one node. So why that so? Like why can't we move the fast pointer by two nodes or fast pointer by three nodes? Why only we move the fast pointer by two nodes? Why that so? So let us see here. So as I told you, when the slow pointer enters the loop, the distance was k, and after at each iteration the distance will be increased by 1, because slow pointer was moving by one node and fast pointer was increasing by two nodes. So the difference is distance increased by 1. So if we take another approach, like if we move the slow pointer by one node and move the fast pointer by two nodes, in that three nodes, in that case the difference will increase by 2. So in that case initially the difference will be k, then the difference in distance will be k plus 2, then k plus 4, then k plus 6 and so on. So it does not guarantees that at any point the difference will become 9. So that's the reason why we only chose the combination of 1 and 2 and not any other combination, because we want to guarantee that at any point after some time the difference should become n, which means that both fast and slow pointer can overlap, which means there is a loop. So that's the reason why we chose to move slow pointer by one node and fast pointer by two nodes. So this is the reason, and this is the reason which interviewer, this is the way interviewer wants to understand that you know the problem. So this is, if you explain them this way, then there is no doubt remaining. So there is nothing remaining for them to understand. You know the solution and they are okay with it. So before jumping to removing the loop part, let us I want to show an example, a real linked list example of the solution I just explained. So for example, when my slow pointer enters the loop, slow pointer is here, fast pointer is here. So the initial distance k is 2 in my case, and the n is 5. So what happens is at each iteration we can see, like initially the distance is 2, then distance will become 2 plus 1 equal to 3, then distance will become 4, and then distance will become 5, which is equal to the size of the loop, which means at this point both slow pointer and fast pointer will be at same point. Let us see. So now here, so slow pointer will move here and fast pointer will move here. So this is the first, the difference between them is 1, 2, 3. This is 3. Now next, slow pointer will become here and fast will become here. 4. The difference between these two is 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, slow pointer will move here and fast pointer will move here, which means both are same, and difference is 4, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The difference between both of these is 5, and they are at the same point. So this is the solution I wanted to explain you, and this is how you can explain the interview as well. And if you are able to explain the interview using this such an example, then it's very helpful. Like it's very good on your part. Okay, now let us move to the how to, after detecting the loop, how to remove the loop. So now let us solve the removing of the loop part using an example. So this is my linked list, and and my slow pointer and fast pointer meet at this point, which is at k distance from the starting point. So as I know, the fast pointer moves twice the speed of slow pointer. So distance traveled by the fast pointer will be exactly twice the distance traveled by the slow pointer. So my slow node would have traveled this distance and this distance because they met here. So the distance traveled by slow pointer will be a plus k, and the distance traveled by fast pointer will be a k. It will complete the loop and then again k. So it will be a plus k plus b and then again k at the point which they meet, and this distance is twice of this distance. So I can say the distance traveled by slow pointer, so distance of fast pointer is this, distance traveled by slow pointer is this, so the fast pointer will be have this twice. So if I solve this equation, I'll have 2a plus 2k equals to a plus b plus 2k, so k, which implies a equals to b. So how you can use this property, like this distance is equals to this distance. So if I see in the in my linked list, my both pointers are here. So if I take any of the pointer and move it to head, for example, I take the slow pointer and move it back to the head, the first node, and now now I start moving them at the same speed, that is one node at a time. So since a equals to b, this distance equals to this distance. So now if I start moving this the slow and fast pointer, they'll meet exactly at the starting point of the loop. So using this property, we can find the starting point of the loop and remove the loop. So what we'll do is we'll keep moving slow pointer and fast pointer by one node, and at each iteration we'll check if slow dot next is equals to fast dot next. So if at any point the slow dot next is equal to fast dot next, that means the next node is the starting node of the loop, which means we want to remove the loop here. So at this point of time we want to make the fast dot next is equal to null. So now let us see the solution using a linked list example. So for example, this is my linked list and it has a loop from the last node to here. So what I can do is I can take two pointers, slow pointer and fast pointer, and initially at my first iteration, the slow pointer and fast pointer both will be at the first node. So I move the first slow pointer by one node and I move the fast pointer by two nodes. Slow will be here, fast will be here. Next iteration, the slow pointer will come here and the fast pointer will come to this node, two iterations. Next iteration, the slow pointer will come here and the fast pointer will move two iteration to two nodes, so fast pointer will come here. Next time my slow pointer will come here and fast pointer will move two nodes. So first it will move to this node, and then because the next of this node is this, so it will be back here. Next my slow pointer will move to this node and my fast pointer will move to this node. So at this point both my slow and fast is at the same node. So my code will check at each node I am checking if my slow and fast is equal. So at this point my code will, like, my if condition will pass and I get into the loop, so which means there is a loop. So now what I explained you, so at this point I take the slow pointer and move it to the head. So I move the slow pointer back to the head. So what I do is now I move them both by one nodes, and I know where they will meet. They will meet at the first node of the loop. So my slow is, so I just remove all these. So my slow node will be here and my fast node will be here. Then my slow node will move here and then my fast node will be here. So the condition which I told you to check for the removing the loop was, we need to check that slow dot next is equals to fast dot next. So at this point my slow is here and the fast is here. So basically the slow next to slow is this node and the next to fast is also this node. So at this point my if condition will pass and I'll get into the loop. And what I told you to do inside the loop, basically what we can do is we can store the fast dot next into a node. So basically we'll store fast dot next into a node. And we'll make fast dot next points to null. So what we did is we removed this pointer and we pointed it to null, which means this is the end of the linked list and we stored this node as first node. So if we want to return the first node of the loop, we can return the saved node. So this is how we solve the question. So now after seeing this solution, you should be clear like why we move the slow pointer by one node and fast pointer by two nodes, and how basically when after the fast and slow mate, how when we move the slow pointer to the head, why they meet at the first node of the linked list. So you should be clear on both of these because interviewers tend to ask questions related to this a lot. So this algorithm is called Floyd cycle algorithm. You should remember this name as well. So now let's write the code to this problem. So the code is very simple. So let's see how the structure of the linked list will look like. So my structure of the linked list will look like, so there will be a data part and there will be a next pointer, and I can create a constructor where I pass the data. So this is my linked list class. Now I'll create a function in which I'll detect the loop and return the first node of the loop, and if there is no first node, I'll just return null. So I'm taking the head of the linked list as a function argument. So what I'll do is I'll take two nodes. My slow node will be at head and my fast node will be at head. So what I'll do is I'll basically run a loop and check until slow not equals to null and then fast not equals to null. And what I'll do is I'll move slow by one pointer and I'll move fast by two pointers. And I need to check if my slow equals to fast. I need to break from the loop. So at any point, if my slow equals to fast, I'll just break. So after coming out of the loop, I need to check if my slow is equals to fast. So if my slow equals to fast, basically I need to check if slow not equals to fast. So if the slow is not equal to fast, then the loop would have broken due to these conditions, which means I need to return null because there is no loop and there is no first node in the loop. So, but if that's not the case, which means slow and fast are equal, then I need to run another loop, and before that I need to make fast as head. So I'll basically take the fast node back to the head, and what I'll do is I'll just run another loop wherein I am checking the next pointer of both the nodes. So basically slow dot next not equals to fast dot next. So I'll move slow equals to slow dot next and fast is equals to fast dot next. So when I come out of the loop, basically my both slow and fast, the next of them is null. So basically what I do is I create a new node, first node, and I store it as fast dot next, and I make fast dot next to null, and I return first node. So simple. So this is the simple code of this question, and I hope you have got a good idea about solution. So, and there are no doubts left. So all the best for your next interview. Thank you.